guys, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to Little Green Farmhouse. I'm here today to talk to you about the April mini challenge. I can't believe that we're already here. So, some of you follow both of my channels. On Busy Being Jen, I'm doing mini challenges each month that are things that involve a little bit more time that you would try to do maybe every single day of the month or several days of the week. And on this channel, my mini challenges are little goals for things. So let me first tell you about the March challenge and then we'll talk about what the April challenge is. So March's was a real easy challenge. I just completed it 2 days ago, and that was just to wash my bedroom pillows and wash my bedspread. You know, we don't usually think about washing pillows, and you can without ruining them. Although I will tell you, if you have an old pillow, sometimes when you wash it, it will just bite the dust. All the filling in it kind of clumps together, and we had a casualty. One of my husband's pillows, which has done fine being washed in the past, just gave it up this time, and it was an old pillow anyway, and so I just trashed it and we pulled out another one for him to use. Mine is a memory foam pillow. Those really don't need to be washed or, you know, it really at all. But I did take the zippered cover off of it that has a down padding on it, and I did wash that. You can wash feather pillows. They look like a hot mess when they come out of the washing machine. They look like you've absolutely ruined them. In fact, one of my viewers commented about that after last month's video, but once you put them in the dryer, they fluff right up. So anyway, and then the bedspread, you know, you think about how much dust you get in your house, how often you have to dust. That same amount of dust falls on your bedspread, and yet we don't wash our bedspreads. So I did that. I was able, mine's a coverlet, so I was able to just do that in my own washing machine. I do have a couple of bedspreads from my guest bedrooms that are new since we moved into this house. I did not wash those. I periodically vacuum those, and I'll probably need to take those to a dry cleaner when I decide to wash those. So anyway, that was a good thing to do, a good goal to have, and it was easy to complete. So what is the April challenge? All right, now if you're not a gardener, stick with me because I have a suggestion for you on this. But the April challenge is to grow something new. This could be something in your vegetable garden, it could be a kind of flower, whatever. It's just to choose something you've never grown before and grow it. This is kind of a no-brainer for me because I have already planned to grow a bunch of new things. We moved from a very cold climate to a very moderate climate. And so now I have an 8-month growing season as opposed to a 3-month growing season, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm planning to grow artichokes. I've never grown those before. I've never grown habanero peppers. I've never grown spaghetti squash. There was already an established asparagus plant that I inherited when I got this house, but I got 5 more asparagus plants and put those in the ground. What else am I planting this? I'm growing this horned melon. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be kind of fun. There's another kind of red pepper. I think it's called a cheese, like it's a red bell pepper, like a cheese pepper. It's what paprika pepper comes from, or paprika seasoning, spice comes from. I had no idea that paprika was from a red bell pepper, but it's from this specific kind. So I am growing lots and lots of new things in addition to my, you know, favorites that I grow every year. And so I would encourage you to think of just one different thing that you've never grown before that you're gonna try. Now, if you say, I don't know a green thumb, I can't grow anything, everything that I grow dies, let me just challenge you here. Grow an herb. Now, I was having a conversation with my sister-in-law, oh gosh, last summer, and she said, you know, I just want to grow basil. And I bought this basil plant from the grocery store, and I sit it on my countertop, and they say it's supposed to be in your kitchen, and it just doesn't grow well. And I said, well, first of all, basil loves heat. So they live in Phoenix, Arizona. So I said, put the thing outside, not directly in the sun, but put it out on your patio where part of the day it gets a good amount of sun. Basil loves sunlight and heat, hates cold, absolutely hates cold. And so I said, just try that. And so she did, and her basil plant, almost a year later, is still growing. The other thing people do when they're growing that makes most people say that they don't have a green thumb is that they overwater. One clue that you're overwatering is that you have these little bugs flying around your plants. Do you have that? If you do, you're overwatering. And so what happens, these are little bugs that feed on mold that grows in the soil, and the mold grows because you're overwatering. So plants will do way better if you let them get far too dry, and if they're, if they start to look like they're shriveling a little bit, they'll pop back. But if you overwater, what's going to happen is that soil is going to clamp down on the roots, and it keeps the roots from breathing, and you'll have this plant one day that looks great and is standing up, and the next day it is not just droopy, flat, goner. And so if you do have a plant that's looking droopy and the soil is not bone dry, then just don't water it. Don't try to do more to perk it back up again. So if you have never had luck with growing and you kind of would like to give it a shot, just go buy a plant, make sure it has adequate sunlight. You don't want it to get pounded by sun, but you want it to have some nice sunlight, and don't overwater it. The exception would be if you're going to grow something from seed, it needs to be in damp soil. You still don't want to waterlog it, but you need to make sure that the soil stays damp, because as soon as the seed pops out, or as soon as the plant pops out of its seed, if the soil is not moist, then it's just going to shrivel up, and you're going to think, why didn't it grow? Why didn't it grow? So you need to keep the soil moist when you're very first growing them. But otherwise, a plant from a store, just let it get until it's dry and then water it again. Okay, you guys, I hope that this was helpful to you, and I hope that you will come along with me on this little challenge. If you're planning to join me and grow something new, I'd like to hear about what you're gonna grow. So anyway, please comment in the space below. I'd really like to hear about it, because maybe you will inspire me to grow that this year or next year or something. So I'd really love to hear from you. Also, if you're not a subscriber to Little Green Farmhouse, hit that button right there. YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos, which is several days a week. So I hope you will come along with me on this. For everything home related, about gardening, cooking, crafting, cleaning, and home organizing. And I hope I will see you again on Little Green Farmhouse. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.